Welcome to VLOG4. I'm Kim Leckerman. I have been trying to do some video logging, not particularly good at it, not something I spent a lot of time working on, but I've started preparing for a concert that my son and friends will be giving at a small venue downtown, and sometime toward the end of August. And by preparing, I mean I'm starting to test patches on my various Panasonic bodies. What I wanted was a very reliable patch that still gave pretty high bit rates and looks nice. And K2.3 will write, if you can believe it, on a cheap Patriot card, an old Class 6, running at barely writing at 8 or 9 megabytes per second, and this thing will write at 60 megabits onto that card. Now it should be able to, but often you don't get spanning on old cards. You just don't get any of those things. K2.3, everything works, spanning, everything. Far better than Sanity did. I tried Sanity, not a chance. I think Sanity 5.1 just couldn't make it work. So Cake, well, I'm having my cake and eating it too. I really like that patch. I was going to run Cake onto the GX1, and I did, but all I could get out of it was about 20 megabits per second. I didn't find the video quality adequate. So I put Galaxian V1 on. I didn't like that one. It was giving me 10 megabits. I think I screwed something up. Never quite figured it out. It's the GH3 matrix. But then I went back to Galaxian V1, and it's amazing. Just amazing. So cool. Now this is going to run the Olympus 45. Looks beautiful. The one thing you'll see on the video outside is that it's, for whatever reason, wanting to run at f1.8. I should have manipulated it in IA plus scenery mode. I should have manipulated it, because there is a way to do that, to tell it to expand depth of field. It will then stop down, and that would have really improved the way it looks. I mean, it looks nice if you want foliage sharp, and you want the camera that's sitting in front of it, which is the one I'm filming on right now, the Fuji F770. If you want that blurred, that's fine, because this does it. But it wasn't what I was after. I screwed that up. Just goes to show how much planning is really required to do video. Finally, the G5, the only unhacked camera, but it's got gorgeous video, and it's shooting at 60p. The others are not. So I shoot the GH2 at 24p. I shoot this at 60p. I'm showing, as I speak, I'm showing the stats on the file, and I might pause. I don't know. We'll see. The GH2 stats are about 60 megabits. The Galaxian surprised me with a pretty decent run at about 33, but it's lower than I expected. The GF3 blew me away. K2.3 on that outside managed about 49 megapixels, which is perfect, because that's about 2.5 its standard 17, and that is very good quality for that sensor. That's as far as it can go. Going higher than that is a waste of time, whereas going higher than that on a GH2 works. You can take that up to 170 and it looks just mind-blowing. But I'm not a pro. I barely achieve the level of hack. So the G5, I really like this. This works beautifully. I'm at 28 megabits and you know, at 60p. So admittedly, it's about half that if it's compared to the GH2, which makes it about the standard 17. That makes the GH2 video theoretically quite a bit better. Yet, this looks really good. This is the GH2. It's running K2.3. Interestingly enough, there are many excellent hacks out there, but the one I wanted was one that gave me around 60 megabits per second, and that's what Cake gives me on this. And it's really nice. And it's writing to a cheap old Class 6 Patriot. Not even the LX, just the old Patriot, the blue ones. Awesome. Really good stuff. So right now I'm looking at the camera. Now I'm switching over to show you the GX1's video for a while, and I'm going to switch at the same time to hear the audio. So that's what you're hearing right now. You're not hearing the lavalier, you're hearing the GX1 audio, which may or may not even work. If it's too quiet, I'll switch back to this. Then there's the G5, which I'll switch to for now, and you'll see it running. It's using native audio at 192, but it's very good. These mics are great on top here. I'm really impressed with this one. This is an amazing camera. The G6 will be even better, because it'll be the GH2's control with the G5's tweaks on the sensor. Yes, this has multi-aspect. this is still amazing. This does amazing video for what it is. Neighbors are having a hell of a party. So GF3, pretty low end video. Pretty shitty, crappy, whatever. Maybe I'll beep it, maybe I won't. Who cares, right? GF3 is. I just realized I'm probably cutting off my head. Well, you're seeing my hands. That'll do. You don't really want to see this anyway. So GF3 with a 12 megapixel sensor. The only one of these three that has that. These have the same sensor. This is a different line that's from the G3. A lot of people diss it. It's a great sensor. At 1600 and 3200 ISO, it's a great sensor. People shouldn't diss it. This is a standard 12 megapixel that all of the older Olympus ones had until the very latest generation, and it's a great little sensor. But for video, it kind of sucks. And you're hearing the audio of each of these as I speak about them. So this one is giving you 384, I believe, at this point. Pretty nice video, but not great for detail. So at this level of magnification, it's probably about as good as it's going to get. If I were to throw on a wide angle, I don't think it'd be very impressive. Finally, the GH2 448 audio, pretty amazing stuff. Clear as a bell. Great microphones, although I actually think these are probably better, but these are still good. And of course, I can flip back to this any time, which I will in a moment. In fact, sometimes I like to run these four together, so we'll do that in a second. Hang on while I close it. I had to close my patio door. I kind of screwed that up. Okay, so now you're going to hear all four together, the cameras only. And they sound actually pretty good when you mix them. You end up getting kind of a bit of an echo, because I mean, if I'm not running them all at the same frame rate, I cannot get literally millisecond accuracy on the sound, which means it introduces a touch of delay. And that touch of delay is basically what reverb's about, and it sounds great because it opens it all up. It sounds like you're in kind of a large room, because it's the echoes in a large room that create the cavernous sound. So that's pretty good. This should sound okay. And now we'll switch back to the lavalier mic, and you'll hear the audio sounding a bit different. So as far as detail goes, now I'm going to do a pan. So you'll see that in a moment. Well, you'll see that now. I'm going to loosen this off a touch, and I'm just going to do a smooth pan around the pool. And I want to see how this handles it. You'll see each one. I'll probably play them one after the other this time, so that it gives you an idea of the motion that you get on 24p, 30p, 30p, and 60p. This one, last time I looked, was brilliantly smooth. It blew my mind. So here we go. Okay, and back. All right, so let's center that again. Okay. Okay, and back. All right, so let's center that again. Okay. Okay, and back. All right, so let's center that again. Okay. Okay, and back. All right, so let's center that again. Okay. Okay, and back. All right, so let's center that again. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's about it for this. I think we're done for the first video log on this particular topic, comparing these four.
we know how detailed they could be, and that's about it.
Yeah, made it. Okay.